So I'm over at my boy Nico's place at the moment in his office space. He's currently working on editing a podcast that we filmed 2 days ago, which I think he's wrapping up exporting the long form, so he'll be chopping clips out of that. I just finished filming a new YouTube video, so I'm finalizing that edit, getting that exported, and then we'll be cutting out some clips of that. Really just doing the boring necessary work to build a personal brand. We both are trying to build our personal brands. I'm trying to build this YouTube channel. I'm trying to build my podcast channels, the Underground Kings Club, and all of my businesses as a byproduct of that. So for like the next 2-3 hours, we're basically just going to be sitting in front of our computers, staring at the screen, chopping up edits, kind of brainstorming on how we want some of those clips to come out, how we want the content to be created in a certain way. And then I think we're gonna go hit the gym probably at some point this evening. And I figured I would take the opportunity to bring you guys along with us. You still don't trust me. What are you working on right now? Just chopping up a reel.
Yeah, this is just, pumping out Instagram reels. Trying to get personal content out of there. So whether it's investing or working out or just my life, like I've got one in my house, and
you talk a little
things like that.
Maybe shed a little light on like our new approach with the text-based reels that we've been doing. Like we're pumping out basically just like those text-based reels where you slap a little text on there with a B-roll shot, put a certain songs and.
Oh yeah, I mean you're just trying to reach a target audience, so it's some sort of viral caption, and then you've got background video, whether it's something related to what you do. So you can see I've got some workout or investing or personal lifestyle, car stuff.
What's been like the viewership on some of these so far? This is a brand new account, isn't it?
I got 2,000, 27, 24. I think the other ones are up here. Well, they're not showing on here, but I've got one at about 7,000, I think.
It's actually crazy to think about, like that's a brand new Instagram account, and it takes very minimal effort to be creating that kind of content.
Well, I think the consistency helps, so
right.
That's why I'm trying to get one out today, at least one a day, and if I can get 2 or 3, that's ideal, and spread them out.
And this is really just like you building up that consistency, that base, so that then you can start doing more complex stuff with your short form content, more cinematic stuff.
Right.
But this kind of just helps you build that foundation out.
Yeah, I was trying to see on this one. You can see this, I got the top 3. So I've got 74, 27, 25, and this is like a month-old account. So
7,400. Yeah,
I know that.
Those are like real people watching your shit, and that for everybody watching too. Like that reel, the text on it was in line with your target audience, like who you're trying to reach, right?
Right. So if it's weightlifting or finance or something, and then also in your background, whether it's you're engaging in some sort of activity of your lifestyle or personality. So like our Underground Kings thing, we got group get-togethers. So some of the video has been that, or just working out individually, trading stuff, whatever it might be, Can you get some good audio on this shit?
Yeah, I'll try. This is like something I feel like I've helped Nico with all the time, because he has been posting to his personal brand, making this short form, like the text-based stuff. He's been making this content for quite some time now, and he's got some of the worst taste in like the audio tracks because he doesn't consume a lot of short form video content. And so my number one tip for anybody like trying to figure out how to size their text, how to like position things, how to word things, what's gonna hit, is literally set aside genuinely well thought out time in your day to go on social media at the end of the day with a purpose. And your purpose is, I am scrolling looking for content that would resonate with my target audience and would resonate with the kinds of people I'm trying to attract my own personal brand. So something like this, I'm reading, the richest men in the world are 75% entrepreneurs, 15% investors, 7% athletes, 3% artists, 0% employees. Nobody got rich with a salary. So like, you guys are probably understanding at this point, and I'm sure this is Nico's intention with this video, is he's trying to ruffle some feathers. He's trying to get get that attention and get people bickering in the comments section. It's one of those pieces that's like, it's going to offend a lot of people, but that kind of other capacity or realm of that is certain people are going to either appreciate it or they're going to appreciate the fact that it's satire and like he's trying to piss people off and just find it funny. So with something like this, we're trying to target finance bros. We got to think about like, what are the finance bros on Wall Street or living in Long Island driving their see whatever Corvettes to work thinking they're the shit. Like, what are they bumping in their car on the way to work? And it's probably some kind of like rap music. What's trending? And again, I know what to look for. I know what songs to look for. One, because I listen to music 24/7. Like, I've always been a big music guy. But also because I spend time looking through reels, looking through TikToks, and listening consciously to the audios that people are using in different industries and different spaces. And what's also like trending, because some audios in particular on like reels, TikTok, whatever, are not even necessarily songs anymore. Like, some of them are remixes or like certain whatever, like people saying certain shit, like quotes. That could work. Have we used that one recently? I thought we did.
I think I've used it, yeah.
So we're gonna go to the For You and just kind of scroll some of the For You ones. I stay away from trending. Like, I find a lot of this shit is like super feminine and like dorky, because that's probably what most people that are doing this shit are. I don't know. And the more you pick good audios, the more this For You page is going to feed you the kind of shit that you want to hear. So you might have to just put the legwork in at the beginning and feed the algorithm. I don't even know the song, but it's got a good sound to it.
It's not bad.
Sigma, I've heard this one like a million times. So this one's like titled Money on Money. You know, it's got Future on it, Young Thug song, like, that's it.
I can hear that from here.
Like, I know Young Thug, Future literally is just bangers on bangers. And the song is called Money on Money, and he's trying to attract finance guys. Like, the concept of the video, the text he's using is finance related, so now we just gotta find the part. I like that. You hear that line? I bitch, I'm petty. Like, yeah, this quote is petty. Like, it's funny as shit. So these kind of little dots actually too also show the trending parts of the song. So what I did was I literally just clicked on that dot. Yeah, so that's the song. And then one of the last things we just want to check is, again, I gotta check this shit with Nico because he just doesn't know sometimes, is like text size, you know, like I like to tap the text and just use this scroller and just see what looks most aesthetically pleasing and aligns with what I'm also seeing out there used by people. And honestly, I'm probably gonna go with something.
I didn't know that left slider exists.
You didn't even know that?
I didn't know.
That's crazy. I'm probably gonna go like this. I'm also noticing like these are the kinds of things, and I've run a social media marketing agency for over 6.5 years. So like, this is stuff that I see day in, day out and spend time on all the time for myself and my clients. So for me, this stuff stands out. But like, there's periods at the end of each of these like words. Like, those are supposed to be just little bullet points. So I'm also gonna remove those periods, and I realize that that's one thing you actually could do is like leave one of the periods and like remove all the other ones, make it aesthetically pleasing, and there's just this one that's like a pattern interrupt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna delete them all because I think they look stupid. And I'm just gonna do that. That's kind of gonna be the final product. Resize this text a little bit. Center it. Find out if you move up, you can see where like your borders are. I'm gonna bring that down just a little bit. Obviously, we're not trying to block too much of what we're showing here. Yeah. So that's our video. And then I'll let Nico caption this bitch, but.
Thanks, bro.
Yep. All right, we're heading over to the gym now. All right. So today was kind of just like, just one of those days, you know? Had to get some video work done. We ended up going out and getting some grub, actually. But for the most part, the better part of today was spent in front of the camera, swapping SD cards and shit, editing video. And I feel like so many of the personal brands that you see out there, you know, it's a lot of like, oh, the life. And, you know, most of them put minimal effort into their content, into their videos. They're in a position where they built the business. And I think it can be a little deceiving to guys that are like just getting started, because you might look at what they're doing and the minimal effort that they're putting in at the current stage that they're at. You know, they may be at a level 10, but what you don't see necessarily, unless you actually do your due diligence, do your research, scroll back on people's feed and see what were these guys doing when they first started. And you go back and it's like they were posting 3 times as much content, throwing shit against the wall, putting 10x the amount of effort into each and every one of their videos and trying to plan things out and come up with new and unique ideas. And like now they're maybe in a position where they can upload 1 super well polished YouTube video per week, or a multitude of content, but they've got an editing team behind them, or they're outsourcing some of that stuff, and they've managed to scale to a point where they're able to start outsourcing and delegating certain tasks within their personal brand or their one-man business model. And so, you know, I know like even for me at times I'll see stuff, and in the past I used to just get discouraged by it and be like, fuck, I'm never doing enough. I feel like I'm just not hitting the mark that I should be hitting, or that I see all these other guys hitting. But the reality is it's the actual doing of creating content on a consistent basis. And one of the biggest perspective shifts that has enabled me to be more consistent with this shit, in all honesty, has been, and I just was talking to Nico about this today when we were filming some YouTube content earlier, we were editing some podcast stuff, shooting this vlog, is, dude, you can press record, sit there in front of the camera and struggle to get your words out for 6 minutes and just be like, okay, like this just doesn't hit my quality benchmarks, delete. I do it all the fucking time. A lot of my YouTube videos that end up going out are the 3rd or 4th idea that I had to record that day. And I just kept jumping idea to idea, or next thing to next thing. Or it's the same video that I fucked up 3 or 4 times before I got it right. But I'm willing to just hit that delete button. Like, it's just video footage. And a lot of you guys have the time, you have the energy and the effort and the drive to just keep doing it. And you just have to kind of have that perspective or paradigm shift go on, where you start looking at the content that you're creating and filming and whatever it is, you start looking at it as like just time in the arena. And the more time you spend in the content arena, the more time you spend in front of a camera, whether or not you end up even using the footage or posting the footage or even editing it, I think that there's lessons to be learned. You learn through failures. We fucked up a vlog. We filmed like 6 hours worth of footage 3 days ago, filmed a half-day vlog, and I ended up going through the footage, and we had like the exposure on the camera all fucked up, and I had the frame rate fucked up, and that was on me. But at the end of the day, I was like, okay, I can jump in and I can waste 6 more hours trying to force this content to work, or I can spend a couple hours, you know, just being all upset about it and get doom and gloom and this sucks and that didn't work out. Or I can do exactly what I'm doing right now, today, is I just picked up the camera and just filmed another video. And now here we are. But we're just pulling into the gym parking lot now. And after that, we're gonna call it a day. But I'll catch you guys in there.
she belongs to the streets. Spoil little bitch went petty. Clothes go snake, she a Betty. Transport far and go slatty. Dogging out the hole like Shaggy. Coulda went spit, went caddy. Pull up, coulda, we ready. For the odd bitch, I'm petty. Ice style, bowling, leave spaghetti. First off, gotta go get it. Talk, let's do more spinning. Walk down, shit, get drenched. Turn the whole city up, lit it. Bad bitch, coulda went video. Savage, 21 killers. Brad bitch, rhyme with the sister. Dog asshole, you a thotty. Bro, turn cop, new body. Twin, you wreck, you smoke. Shoot him in the head, you the goat. Coulda went fed, went broke. Trap nigga living off the ocean. They found him the rose, I don't know.
Just wrapped up the evening lift. Just now pulling back in to the apartment. And today was not an eventful day necessarily. It wasn't all that crazy, wasn't all that hectic. There's no cool action-packed nonsense necessarily. But it was a real look into what probably 60 to 70% of my day-to-day looks like at this current point in time. A lot of it is sitting in front of my computer or on the phone or writing stuff in my journal or on the whiteboard, planning video content, doing client work, managing the day-to-day of my social media marketing agency, constantly working towards closing new contracts, expanding, scaling my agency, building out my new program that I'm working on, my personal brand overall, creating that content on the fly, literally like this. But again, it's just, this is an accurate representation. Maybe this looks fun to you. Maybe this is cool. I find it cool. I find it fun. Like even on the days like today, it's like I'm so blessed to be able to do these kinds of things. I'm so blessed to be able to wake up every single morning and have the opportunity to write my own story. To work on becoming the man worthy of that which I desire in life. I think it's that conquest over oneself that drives a man. That drives a man to be better each and every day. And I'm not talking the cheesy 1% better every day bullshit. I'm talking about quantum fucking leaps. I'm talking about vicious action. I'm talking about nicotine and caffeine fueled chaos that is channeled in a constructive direction towards building businesses, towards building relationships, towards then leveraging those businesses and the relationships and the financial gain that you manage to attain through those means, the byproduct of the hard work and the endurement of the pain and the suffering that you put in, to then take that and utilize it to further weaponize your mind, your body, your spirit, your businesses, and your day-to-day actions. None of the foo-foo shit, none of the over-strategizing, over-optimizing bullshit. Like literally working your fucking ass off through thick and thin, not taking no for an answer. When the world punches you in the face, you get the fuck up and you dust yourself off and you get back to it. You get back to the mission at hand. And when you finally start to see the results roll in, you immediately take what you can from those results and you either help those around you, put yourself in a better position to succeed even further or accomplish even more, invest in yourself, or you weaponize it and pour it right back into the very vehicle that generated that money. Invest it back into the businesses, back into the content, back into the distribution, back into outsourcing or giving work to other people, creating opportunity for others to help you succeed. That is what this game is about. That, man, I live and breathe for that shit. And if you can't tell, like you can see earlier on in this vlog and throughout a lot of this day, I was in a very calm, cool, collected state, for me at least. But I get so fired up, man. I get so fired up when I talk about the journey, when I talk about the day-to-day fucking grind. What it actually takes. Not, oh, like, hustle, bro. You gotta hustle. I hate that fucking downtown New York slang bullshit. Like, I hate that foo-foo Wall Street crap. Oh, hustle culture, bro. No, you ain't gotta hustle. You have to handle that pain and that suffering that is promised to you in this life like a fucking man. Seek out opportunities to get punched in the face and then have your chance to show the world who the fuck you are and why brandishing your last name as a man is something to be proud of. That shit, man. Ambition. True masculine ambition. I live for this journey. I live for this shit. And it's fun at the same time. I like to fuck around. You guys know that too, you know? I like to, you might as well have fun. Like if it's like showing up to the blue collar jobs I worked growing up, you know? Some of that shit it just sucked, you know? Everybody knows it's gonna suck when you show up and it's a hot, humid, muggy summer day in July and you have to mow lawns or weed eat on the edge of the swamp that day. Or you got to go out and stone the fields. It's going to suck. So you might as well have some fucking laughs and embrace the fact that it sucks for everybody and just, like I said, laugh it off, shrug it off. Those were the days that we ended up, me and, you know, my buddies or my coworkers at the time, those were the days that we fucked with each other the most, you know? Like you're out there getting the stones out of the field for whatever tilling's going on, or it's been tilled or whatever it is, rolled over. You got to pull the stones out, getting it ready for planting or to get hit again with whatever. And you're out there and you pick up a stone and next thing you know, you're like, this fucking sucks. And you see your buddy over there and you chuck a stone at him and next thing you know, you're in a little rock war. It's like, you know, does anyone win in a rock war? I mean, I don't know. I really feel like there were never any winners in a rock war, if I'm being honest. But the fact of the matter is, it made for some funny moments, some good laughs, and it just made a shitty situation a little lighter hearted and easier to endure for at least me and the boys that I grew up with. So. But I'm dragging on now at this point. It's getting dark out here. Just pulled in. It is 8:23 p.m. I'm going to get inside and just, well, probably maybe take a look through some of this footage and who knows, maybe even dive in and start piecing together the vlog. But I know for a fact I'll be spending some time wrapping up this edit tomorrow and trying to get it out on my YouTube channel tomorrow, maybe the next day. But I appreciate you all tuning in if you have gotten to this point in this vlog. And I'm really enjoying just having these conversations. I say with you guys, but in reality, it's me and the camera in a lot of cases. And this is an opportunity for me as well, from a selfish standpoint, to have difficult conversations to myself about myself. And to just share what I'm thinking at the moment. And I learn a lot about myself in these moments. I learn a lot about myself in creating content. I also learn a lot about like what I struggle with or what I struggle to speak about. Because if you don't have shit nailed down in a certain topic or subject matter, like for some of my other videos where I, you know, will usually be sitting still and it's just me sitting there the whole video talking on a specific subject matter. Man, if you don't have that shit nailed down, and you sit down in front of a camera and try to articulate those thoughts, you're going to find out real fucking quick what you don't know. Or that you actually don't know shit about fuck when it comes to a certain subject that you thought you were dialed on because you thought up the cool YouTube title idea, and you even thought about what the thumbnail was going to be and the atmosphere and where you wanted to film the video, how you wanted to do it. You had all your bullet points down for what you wanted to hit on, and then you start talking to the camera and it's just you, yourself, and I, and you're like, damn, I'm jumbling all over my words. Maybe I don't have as concrete of a thought process around this idea or subject as I thought I did. And then you get that opportunity to go in the arena with yourself and have like basically just mental sparring with yourself in front of the camera, and you get to basically just struggle and suffer your way through sentences until, okay, well, that sounded a little better. Okay, well, that 10-minute video needs to be scrapped. We talked about that earlier. I'd have to delete so much footage on a regular basis in order to create these videos for you guys that I actually end up seeing as worthwhile editing and putting out to you all. And you get to just keep hammering away at it until it clicks, until all of a sudden it's like, okay, wow, I now kind of talked my way through that. And I feel like I have a better understanding of not only myself, but also a wide array of subjects, be it in fitness and personal development and business, that I didn't have before I started doing this on a regular, consistent basis. Just talking to the camera and just flying from the hip, shooting from the hip sometimes. Like I'm doing literally right now, just free balling it. But I digress. I've held you guys long enough, if you've even held on this long. If you have, you're special. And I don't know if that's special to me or special needs, but you're around. And I appreciate that. So, without holding you up for any longer, I will catch you all in the next video. God bless.